Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast here from Kulos Ravine. This is going to be a 2v2 matchup. This is going to be a mirror match. So my partner is going to be Gifted. We have Gifted spawning over here as the red Protoss player down over here on the bottom right hand corner, the 4.5 position. Meanwhile, I am the blue Terran player spawning over here on the top right hand position. Our opponents actually, this is not going to be a true mirror match. This is Bruce now spawning as the purple Zerg player, and then I'll call him Willie. Willie's small spawning over here as the teal Terran player. So this should be a pretty interesting matchup, to say the least. I forget what I was talking about with Gifted in this particular instance, but this game should be fairly interesting. Gifted now getting that pylon by his front door in order to build by this front door over here. We lost our first game because I was trying to use Zerg and I was trying to build more towards a double hatch roach fast expansion build, but we were outrushed. This game promises to be fairly interesting. We have an overlord coming in from Bruce, so Bruce now going to be trying to scout out the top right hand side. Now the combinations for Terran and Zerg are pretty popular. Terran having those medevacs pretty much healing every single unit for the Zerg side. So medevacs with roaches should be a fairly strong combination due to the fact that those roaches have such high such high armor, and they're so difficult to kill that a medevac trying to heal 1 or 2 hit points on a roach is much more effective than just trying to heal hit points from say a marine or a marauder that has less hit points. Coming back over here, we see barracks now being put down by myself. I really like this front door positioning. It allows you to close off a front door without having to use an additional supply depot. And is that a floating island? Yes, that is a floating island sitting right there. So floating island coming into position over there as we now have an overlord flying in. So Bruce now coming in with that overlord, and my partner spots it out for me. He actually sees the minimap a little bit better than I do. Gifted now also getting that cybernetics core. So showing a cybernetics core to your opponent pretty much means that you are not going to be massing anytime soon. So Willie and Bruce are going to go ahead and most likely try to counter mass us and perhaps be able to push us out. Currently sitting over here with command center nearing completion and going to be upgraded to that orbital command. Meanwhile, I am getting that tech lab. Partner going ahead ping this position, letting me know that there is a Zerg player on top. Taking a look over here. Oh, actually, I want to check something real fast. Let me take a look. I just wanted to see something real fast. Right, yeah. Okay, so gonna go ahead and come back over here. Taking a look. Barracks now being put down. Gonna start producing some marauders, as marauders are pretty much the main counter to roaches early in the game for Terran players. Getting the secondary barracks down, realizing that I need to mass a little bit more units, as my partner is in fact trying to go for, I think, single gateway in or double gateway into sentries and zealots. He's trying to make this front door a little bit tighter so that he can try to get some force fields into this position and be able to push back any units. Unfortunately for Gifted, we are playing against a Zerg and a Terran matchup, so roaches have that range attack along with marauders, and they'll be able to push in through this front door fairly easily. Excuse me as I think I'm gonna sneeze, but maybe I don't have to. Right there. Okay, anyways, coming back to the game, still trying to get my macro better up for Terran. It seems for me that because it's harder for me to saturate for some reason with the Terran as opposed to Protoss or Zerg. The Zerg have the ability to spawn so many larvae that you don't really have to push out as many units, or you can stop building drones a little bit more easily, while the Protoss players with that chrono boost is able to continually produce units so much more quickly that you can fully saturate your front door much more easily. Taking a look, Willie now having what 18 drones compared to my 17, so about the same at this stage in the game. I am getting a reactor core on that barracks in order to produce more units right there. 2 marine scenes, so 2 marauders and 2 marine scenes. So Gifted now trying to do a little bit more scouting, and in comes some marauders and some zerglings. This is going to be a very, very difficult attack to push back. Taking a look at the armies real fast, Gifted pretty much sitting with that smallest army, so this is going to be a little bit of a problem. Getting that 3rd gateway. Zealots now sitting down under here. No sentries yet. Getting in some stalkers and trying to fight back over here. Zealots now trying to push back. We'll see how this attack really works out. Able to get a couple hits on these pylons. Pylons getting focused down very quickly. So gonna not really stop any of this attack. Now we have some Zerglings coming in trying to surround those Stalkers, so the Stalkers really want to be focusing against those Marauders, but unfortunately the single Stalker is getting pinned up against those Zerglings. I am now trying to come back into this position, trying to move these units back down. We have a couple of Hellions and Marauders sitting down over here. These Hellions and Marauders will get taken down, and an additional third Marauder now coming back in, so I want to reinforce my partner as quickly as possible. This large army of Marauders, Roaches, and Zerglings now coming in. We finally have some probes coming off the line and trying to fight back a little bit more. We have a single Stalker trying to be micro, trying to be used in order to try to fight back against his units, but those Marauders are able to really focus down that single Stalker. In comes my army to really just try to finish off the rest of this, but this is going to be a really hard hit towards Gifted's economy at this stage in the game. Trying to take down that last Roach. Roach is going to get taken down. Down it goes, and I'm going to leave this army, or I'm going to try to move out and try to take this one high Zelnaga Watchtower, as the Zelnaga Watchtower will in fact give us great sight. Taking a look at the income, Gifted is sitting at 14 harvesters, 20, 22, 24. I'm sure you guys can see that, so I don't need to read the numbers. So a very strong hit on that economy. No players, or we have Willie already trying to set up a command center now, trying to continue that economic advantage, trying to push out even further. We have Roaches now coming in as well. This Zelnaga Watchtower is very important, as it gives such great sight. I will be able to see if anyone is trying to move in and perhaps try to attack myself, or try to attack me or Gifted at the same time. Gifted now trying to once again reposition himself, getting some sentries, and triple gateway, getting some sentries in order to be able to push back these units. Those sentries have a flat base damage of 8, so but those force fields and those guardian shields are going to be very beneficial, especially against those Marauders and those Roaches. Now I see that there is already units already moving up, so I'm trying to split this attack force a little bit. I have units sitting in here. He does a scan, so I'm going to go ahead and then try to move these units back, take down these Roaches. As soon as I take down these Roaches, and there's also these tanks and these Marauders and these siege tanks sitting up here, so this is really bad positioning for Willie and Bruce at this stage. My partner unfortunately force shielded me over in this position, and I'm unable to really move any of these units back down. These siege tanks now trying to move back away, and now I'm able to once again do a little bit more of a pincer attack. Coming back in, able to focus down these units, and this whole entire attack force is going to get destroyed. Taking a look at this, I have a fairly large attack force at this stage in the game, 1150, taking down that last siege tank, and now going to be able to take down this last siege tank over here as well. So siege tank going to get one shot off, and then just get focused down right there. But that one siege tank getting that one splash, hitting a lot of those units. Once again, coming back up onto this high ground, wanting to activate this Zelnaga Watchtower. Gonna go ahead and, I thought I activated it. Apparently I did not. Coming back over here, gateway is now still being produced. Taking a look at my tech, I did go for dual starports. Dual starports. Whenever I see a Roach and Marauder heavy start, I want to start trying to get as many Banshees as I can, as I know those Banshees are going to be a very strong counter to anything that they're going to be able to throw out at me. More Roaches and Zerglings now trying to come out, and in comes more of these of a siege tank trying to come up onto that high ground, but that siege tank going to get taken down very easily. And now more force fields being used, but those force fields should have been cast in front of those Roaches, so that those Roaches were not going to be able to escape. If there was just a little bit better of a micro, those Roaches actually could have been pushed backwards towards my Marauders, and that whole entire Roach army would be dead. Taking a look, Willie now getting a command center, trying to saturate that natural expansion along with Bruce. So both of them spent a little bit more in trying to spruce up, or try to saturate their economy further. Bruce sitting on 33 drones, so that is a very large number of drones. Meanwhile, I'm sitting on a fairly large army, sitting on a 1750 army, while Bruce is sitting on 1100, trying to mass up as many units as I can. I go ahead and try to ping my partner, and Gifted goes ahead and tells me that there is in fact an expansion over here, as we're able to see that creep now move out. Spine crawlers now moving in. I'm going to go ahead and try to run those Hellions along that backside and try to take down some of those drones. If I'm able to at least toast these drones a little bit, that's going to be very helpful. And now those Hellions able to just disrupt that economy right there. And now we have a Guardian Shield also coming into play, so that Guardian Shield protecting a lot of damage from those Roaches. Nice force field over there, so that expansion is going to get taken down without any real issues, as he's unable to really trying to reinforce. So really nice force field use there. Stay tuned for part 2 and the conclusion of this replay, and with me and Gifted here on Kulos Ravine.